Hi, and welcome to What's Happening Now, NextTech events and attraction show that tells you about cool and exciting things that are going on in your area. I'm your host, Jenny Leiker, and we have an exciting show for you here today. First with us, we have two people that have some information to give us about a very historic place in Kansas that you've probably heard about, Nicodemus. I have here with me Angela Bates, and Angela is the director, the executive director, and then I have Barrie Tompkins, who, as you may notice, has kind of a special uniform on today, and you are here with the Buffalo Soldier Organization. Is that correct?
Correct.
So welcome, and thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
So,
Thank
Angela, give us a little bit of background on Nicodemus.
Well, I'll try to make it as short as possible because it's easy to go on and on. But Nicodemus is the only remaining all-black town west of the Mississippi. It is the example for our nation of what African Americans did with their freedom after emancipation. They started their own all-black towns. And then in 1996, we were designated a unit of the National Park Service.
And that's it is the only remaining town west of the Mississippi now,
Yes.
is that right?
Yes, the oldest and the only remaining all-black town west of the Mississippi.
So
yes.
there's some things that people can go see when they come and visit now.
Well, the town itself it sits on 161 acres. It is a living, breathing community. There's only about 13 residents that live there, but there's a visitor center that the National Park Service has, and it's our township hall. So if people come, they can come to the visitor center, they can see the exhibit, they can talk to the park ranger, they can see a video. If they contact me, I can give them a tour of the town and the township, as well as our little historical society museum. And that's what's actually in Nicodemus. There are 5 historic structures that remain that really are part of what is designated as the National Park, Nicodemus National Historic Site. So there's a one-room school, there's 2 churches, the AME Church, the First Baptist Church, and the one-room school, and of course our township hall. So those 5 buildings make up Nicodemus National Historic Site.
So in addition to coming and taking a general tour, there's also a lot of different activities that you have
Yes.
there as well. What are
Yes.
some of the activities that are coming up? You gave me a wonderful list here, but
Yes.
share some of the things that you want to
Well,
highlight.
because this is our 20th anniversary as a national park, and the Park Service's 100th anniversary as the National Park Service, we're trying to have activities every month to do that celebration and to highlight the history. So what's coming up in March, which is Women's Month, we're going to have our women's exhibit up. We'll have 3 or 4 women actually doing characters or portrayals of some of the women in the past. And then we'll have a program that will feature the Williams sisters. Really, it is the nieces and daughters of the Williams sisters. And the Williams sisters were a singing group, a gospel singing group that included my aunts. My mother was not a singer, so she said, and so she was not a part of that, but myself and my other cousins that are nieces and daughters of those women that sang in the Williams gospel group are going to put on a program and sing their gospel songs. So that's what's happening actually in March. But we've got activities going on throughout the entire year. In April, we are going to highlight the Ellis Trail, which is the trail from Ellis over to Nicodemus. It's the way that the people traveled over the years, and it was the first route that was taken from Ellis once they arrived in 1877 when they established Nicodemus. And so we're going to be highlighting the Ellis Trail. We'll be doing that. Opening that up to the legislators. We really want them to come and participate because we were hoping that we can get it designated as a historic trail or at least a scenic byway. And then going into May, we've got we're starting to do what we're calling living history in the gazebo in the park. So we'll have different characters from Nicodemus's past actually doing little vignettes. And then of course in June, we are going to be helping the Buffalo Soldier Association celebrate their 20th anniversary. And then, of course, in July, we have our big celebration, which is always the last weekend in July. It's our emancipation celebration, so we've got big plans for that, a big reenactment. And then on into the fall, we have other activities. All the way through the whole year, we're going to be celebrating our efforts to become a national park and the things that have happened since we've become a national park.
Well, it's wonderful to hear about all the things that are coming up, but could you expand a little bit more? Barrie, tell us a little bit about the Buffalo Soldiers. Let people know kind of what little history behind that.
Well, the Buffalo Soldiers was established in 1866, and by the United States Congress said that African American men could officially serve in the military. Thus, they created the 9th and 10th Cavalry, the 24th and 25th Infantry, and they served in the Indian Wars, the Spanish-American War, World War I and World War II, and the Korean War, and they were disbanded in 1953 when they started integration. During all the hardships and adversities, they received 23 Congressional Medals of Honor. That is the highest congressional medals that were ever given to any cavalry regiment in all military history.
Wow, that's amazing. So now you have this amazing uniform on. Do you do reenactments, or what are you able to do now to let people know about it?
We established the Nicodemus Buffalo Soldier Association in 1995, and we have traveled throughout the United States from New York to Texas to California, Kentucky, and just about every state in between. And what we do is we actually bring living history to life, and we portray the 9th and 10th Cavalries, which we set up encampments. We do all sorts of parts of the history and the battles that they were in, and we do a lot of parades. But we also travel out speaking to the schools and to any vignette that would have us, so we are able to continue the history. This year is the 150th anniversary of the Buffalo Soldiers, so that is a nationwide celebration, as well as what we're doing in Nicodemus.
So if people wanted to get in touch with you to schedule to have you come and speak to their organization and their school, how do people get in touch with the organization?
Well, usually you can get in touch with us through Nicodemus Historical Society, or you can get in touch with us through the Nicodemus Buffalo Soldier Association.
Wonderful. And Angela, where can people go to learn more information, see the schedule, or get in touch with you?
Well, we're going to be actually posting the schedule on the National Park Service website. You can contact us directly at the Nicodemus Historical Society. Our number is 785-839-4280. You can contact me directly. If you want us to send you a schedule, it should be on Nex-Tech, the cable network. We'll be posting things throughout the year in terms of the schedule, as well as things that have already happened and photographs and things like that. So we've got a full schedule of events, and we're hoping to make a difference this year by doing a lot more living history. That seems to be what people really are responding to. So we've got a full schedule, and we're pretty excited about it.
Well, I just thank you so much for coming on and sharing just a small portion of how important this site is. And we're going to go to break, and when we come back, we're going to learn about a kitchen that you're going to want to hear more about.
Make a difficult choice an easy one with Cedarview Assisted Living's knowledgeable and caring staff. Your loved one will be professionally taken care of as they transition into their new community. With movies, holiday parties, planned exercises, and games, residents will have opportunities every day to enjoy their time at Cedarview. Multiple room styles are available, ensuring a just right fit for your loved one. Come see Cedarview Assisted Living for yourself next to Sternberg Museum. The care you need, the home you want.
The easiest way for you to get anywhere in the country is the Haze Regional Airport. Twice daily flights between Haze and Denver means you are only 45 minutes from over 100 direct flights to get you to your destination as quick as possible. Service from SkyWest has completely changed the flight experience out of Haze thanks to the 50-passenger jets that include complimentary beverages and an in-flight restroom. With free parking and short security lines, there has never been a better time to use the Haze Regional Airport. The next time you travel, check Haze first at flyhaze.com to see the time and money you could save.
You should never run out of the important stuff.
Cooper!
Oh man, I gotta go.
If your current wireless plan leaves you at the end of your rope, imagine how you'll feel with NextTech Wireless with unlimited everything. NextTech Wireless gives you the freedom to go as far as you want. NextTech Wireless, something different.
Welcome back. I have two guests here with me from the Moorland Community Foundation. I have Diana Crouch and Rhonda Goddard, and you're here to talk to me today about and Faye's Kitchen. So this is something that a lot of people probably have not heard much about. So tell us, what is kind of the history behind this kitchen?
This has been a long time dream of the Moorland Community Foundation. They have been trying to gain access to fresh foods for the community, the rural community of Moorland. So several years ago, they started with a grocery store, which we call the Moorland Mercantile. And our second phase of all of this was to open an incubator kitchen, which we call Faye's Community Kitchen. This has been a long time dream of Faye Minium, who is our founder of our foundation, and she has worked really hard for this. Unfortunately, she passed away this summer, so although she saw it in the steps of completion, she did not see it open. We started with applying for a grant from the Dane Hansen Foundation to gain funds for this community kitchen, and last January we received our check. So we hit the ground running and have worked on it all the way through October, when we had our first customer, which happened to be Angela Bates, who was just on earlier, and she makes her Ernestine barbecue sauce there and loved it. She said she had been sending away to Kansas City to have her barbecue sauce made. Wow. So having it in her neighborhood was a blessing. And of course we have Nex-Tech that has been using it for their local flavor shows. We're having our grand opening the 20th of this month, and just to get the word out there that we are open and ready to go.
The 20th of January?
Yes, yes.
Wonderful. So
yes.
once you've opened up, yes, Nex-Tech has been so appreciative to be able to film our shows there. It's been just the perfect location. But what was the vision? What were some of the other things that maybe people can do with this community kitchen?
Well, certainly Faye's vision, as Diana said, was to have a place where anyone could really come. The fee is very low, so you can come, you can have a family reunion, meal prepared there. You can make something for resale that you want to have in a state-approved kitchen. So you could, I was thinking on the way down here, you could have a family gathering there where you wanted to show your kids how to make certain items. You could have 4-H meetings there. You could, it's a beautiful, actually a beautiful kitchen, beautiful, clean, all the appliances, all of the items that you need to make just about anything under the sun. So certainly we talked about, family reunions, funerals, which we hope we don't have any more of those. But, all kinds of community events. Moorland is a small community, but there are regular events that happen there, and so there's lots of cooking that goes on. And so that's the perfect place to do that. And it's made available anytime you need it. It's absolutely at your disposal whenever it's convenient for you. So really just about anything, Jenny. I mean, I think it's fascinating to me that a small community like Moorland has a facility like this. And we want to really thank the Hansen Foundation, because without their help, we wouldn't have been able to probably do this on our own. So we appreciate that very much.
Well, it's wonderful that they saw that vision, and now that in addition to the kitchen, I'm assuming that there's also a place there, if you did have your family reunion, there's a place that people could sit and eat afterwards. Is there kind of a facility area like that? Or?
Actually, the kitchen itself has a pretty large gathering area. I'm not sure how many people you could get in there, maybe 30.
Oh, wow.
So if you want to have 30 people watch you while you cook, great.
Well, it seems like everybody gathers in the kitchen in the house.
Absolutely.
Anyways. And my home kitchen fits about 3 people, so I might have to move my gatherings there.
You bet. And then, across the street is the community hall, so if you have a larger gathering, you could certainly have the gathering there and, do all the cooking over in the kitchen and make that work as well.
Well, that's the wonderful opportunity, and something that I had never thought about. My husband actually, I'll do a little plug here, he smokes his own cheese, and it would be wonderful to have a place like that to prepare it and know that we're following all the right procedures. So if somebody is interested out there thinking that's going to be a great place for me to cook or have an event, how do they schedule this time with the foundation?
Moorland Mercantile, which is right next door, is taking all the scheduling there. So, and they're right next door. And we're going to put a keypad in so you have 24/7 access to it.
Perfect. So just call the Moorland Mercantile or stop in and they should be able to make a schedule.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for telling us about this unique kitchen that a lot of people didn't know about. And I know NextTech's been very appreciative. It's been just an absolutely perfect set location for us, but it's great to hear of the other uses, and I'm sure there's all kinds of things that are going to be coming up. Appreciate you being on the show.
Thank you.
Hey NextTech customers, would you like a chance to win cash prizes and free service? Well, here's your chance to win up to $200. On the first and third Sunday of every month, tune in to NextTech Local 1 at 6 p.m. and play along with NextTech Sunday Funday Bingo. If you miss an episode, don't worry about it. It'll replay every night at 6 p.m. Use your cards included with your NextTech statement or print your own at nextech.com/bingo. NextTech Sunday Funday Bingo is brought to you by these sponsors.
When a storm leaves your home battered and damaged, there's only one thing you can do. Forget all about it. The men in black at Aqua Shield Roofing and Construction have the skills and knowledge to fix your home so you'll forget the damage ever happened. Along with roofs, they do siding, guttering, insulation, windows, doors, and more. With offices in Hugoton, Oberlin, and Liberal, they're never too far away when damage strikes. When you need to forget about home damage, call the men in black at Aqua Shield Roofing and Construction.
You should never run out of the important stuff.
Oh, come on!
Thanks, Mark.
If your current wireless plan leaves you at the end of your rope, imagine how you'll feel with NextTech Wireless, with unlimited everything. NextTech Wireless gives you the freedom to go as far as you want. NextTech Wireless, something different.
I have here with me Steve Riat, and Steve is the sales manager at NextTech, and we're doing a little self-promoting here today, but I think that this is something that you're going to enjoy hearing about. Now, Steve, you're here to talk to us about some webinars that NextTech does. So tell us a little bit about, I don't know, what a webinar is, where it's at, and what kind of things people might enjoy hearing about.
Absolutely. So we kind of came up with this idea a couple years ago where it was really all about education and bringing the best of what's available in technology out to our folks out there. And what we found was we were doing kind of two segments. We're doing the fastest 16 in technology, so it's 16 minutes of just kind of what's going on in technology, things that you probably ought to know about. We do some different segments we have a lot of fun with, and we'll probably talk a little bit more in depth on those. And then we also do a more deep dive on one particular technology that's Tech Talk, and the Tech Talk gives us really detailed information on one particular technology. So it's going to go into maybe even way deep into the technology, but typically it's going to give everybody a complete view of what's going on in that technology, how it affects them, their business or their home, and what to look for moving forward.
So can you give us a sneak preview at all of some of the topics that we can expect coming up this year? Is it top secret or?
Not top secret. We have a ton of topics. Kristen's got them all lined out for this year. I'm going to start backwards because my favorite episode is Geek Gifts. It's where I get to give everybody my Christmas list. So I always hope my wife's watching, but we always talk about some of the greatest and hottest things that you should expect around Christmas and things to give away. And they start at, geez, like $15. And of course they go up to, tens of thousands of dollars, because if I'm going to make a complete Christmas list, I'm going to go a little crazy. But it covers, some of the greatest technology out there. But some of the other things we're going to be talking about this year, display and wireless display is kind of a hot topic, and how to use that in your office so you don't have to be tied to a television. Pretty neat at home, be able to share YouTube videos off of your iPhone or different pieces of technology like that. We're going to get deep into the cloud. Everybody wants to know what the cloud is and how it impacts their business, different aspects of how you can use the cloud both at home and maybe for your business, which gives you things like backup and recovery. Worry about those photos that you might have taken. I don't know about you, but I'm taking hundreds and thousands of pictures now. Am I confident that if something happened in my house, would I have those photos? So we have those kind of type sessions, but everything from laptops, desktops, monitors, displays, all the way into servers and applications and security on the network.
So the past episodes are all available out on NextTech's YouTube channel. So if somebody still wanted to buy you a late Christmas present, they could go out and watch that Geek Gifts, for example, or see some of the past webinars we've done. How do people watch the ones that we've got coming up? Or do you have is there a place that people register, or how do people sign up for the webinars?
Yeah, you go to nextech.com/free webinar, and that's where you can sign up. That gives you, all the alerts of what's coming up, and that way you can kind of pick and choose what you want to do. I know we have a lot of listeners out there that just choose to kind of log in to get signed up so they're alerted when it goes on YouTube so they can watch it later. Maybe the time that we're filming it doesn't work for them, but they can definitely look at it for that. So either way works for you, and of course you can always search for them on YouTube and find them that way too.
So other than your handsome face, are there other people that do the webinars? Do you have different kind of guests that come in, or?
Yeah, we have, of course, a whole assortment of folks from NextTech, from the technical folks to the sales team to folks that deal with the technology every day internally. But we also have guest speakers. We have people from Intel, from StorageCraft, from IBM, from HP, from Lenovo. I could go on and on. Microsoft, those kind of companies that they kind of are our guest webinar presenters, and so we get to hear directly from them the technology that's coming out. And I'm not going to give away the secrets, but sometimes, every once in a while, they release some pretty cool stuff here with us at NextTech that really aren't out in the market quite yet, that we can get there because we're partners with those providers.
Well, it's awesome to hear a little bit about what we've done, and I guess people kind of need to sign up to find out what's coming out, but we've got some great things scheduled. Tell us that website one more time so people can go sign up.
Absolutely, that's next-tech.com/free webinar, and of course you can just Google NextTech free webinar if that's easier for you.
And Google NextTech YouTube if you want to go watch some of the old segments, or maybe even some old What's Happening Nows. I got to plug myself every once in a while. So.
Absolutely, and of course, we're the really geeky people, so you can Bing it too.
Whatever, you can Bing it. So, all right, Steve, thank you so much for coming on. We're looking forward to finding out your geek gifts for next year and some cool geeky things coming up.
Awesome.
You should never run out of the important stuff.
Really?
If your current wireless plan leaves you at the end of your rope, imagine how you'll feel with NextTech Wireless with unlimited everything. NextTech Wireless gives you the freedom to go as far as you want. NextTech Wireless, something different.
The easiest way for you to get anywhere in the country is the Haze Regional Airport. Twice daily flights between Haze and Denver means you are only 45 minutes from over 100 direct flights to get you to your destination as quick as possible. Service from SkyWest has completely changed the flight experience out of Haze thanks to their 50-passenger jets that include complimentary beverages and an in-flight restroom. With free parking and short security lines, there has never been a better time to use the Haze Regional Airport. The next time you travel, check Haze first at flyhaze.com to see the time and money you could save.
Thanks for tuning in today to What's Happening Now. We were able to learn about some webinars that are coming up so you can kind of get your geek on and learn more about technology, a kitchen that has all kinds of opportunities for you, and the Nicodemus Historical Society so that you can learn more about one of the only Black communities left on the west side of the Mississippi. If you have something that's going on in your community, let us know, and maybe we can feature you on What's Happening Now, and we look forward to you tuning in next time.